Hey guys, welcome back. Mentally drained. I can't imagine what the players must feel like. It was a pretty long practice today, but we've had a great couple days. We started a little bit early. Started on Sunday. We had some skill hours to use, so we got a jump start. So feel good about where we are today, and like I'm sure most programs do. Just give you a quick injury update. A couple of guys that didn't participate today. Mickey Mitchell's got some back stuff that he's working through, and he's had a tough off season with with dealing with that, and so he's out for a period. We're not sure when we're going to get Mickey back, but he's working hard to to get back on the floor. Tayshawn Cherry has had a knee, and it's he's been out for a couple weeks, and he's on his way back. So he should be back to the floor, within the next 2 weeks is our target for Tayshawn. And but he had a great summer and did a lot of nice things for us, and just a minor setback. Daquan Lake wasn't here either today. He had a knee that he sustained our first practice on Sunday, and again, his is very minor, and we're just being very conservative, and we have time to get him back to the floor. His wouldn't be more than a 10-day deal. So other than that, everyone's healthy. He was out on the floor today, and just really enthusiastic with starting the season. A lot of optimism. There's a lot of hope in the gym, so it's a fun group to work with so far.
Coach, what are the expectations and the talks amongst you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to take steps as a program. I felt we took a good step in the right direction last year, and the guys are hungry to build on that. There were players that had to sit out last year that have had great off seasons that I have really high expectations for what they're going to do. Rob Edwards, Silent Cheatham, and then the recruiting class is strong, and those guys have made an immediate impact on what we're doing. So we're not going to be the same team. We'll be different. We played smaller lineups, and certainly we have a lot more length and athleticism on this year's team.
Would you say this is one of the more talented teams you've coached?
Yeah, it's going to be. I think we have great depth, and we're bigger and more athletic than any team I've had, and I think it has the potential to be the best defensive team that I've coached anywhere I've been. So that's the exciting part, to know that we have the capability of getting stops, and that'll be something that we talk a lot about, just defending and rebounding. And because we could be explosive in the open court if we gives ourselves a chance to generate stops.
What are some of the key things to accelerate some of the leadership that you had with the previous guys that are no longer here with this group? Yeah,
they were very push button. So we're still learning about each other. I'm going to be again. We battled some injuries through the summer, and which I haven't really dealt with that much since I've been here, and so I have not been able to see what the entirety of the team looks like. So as we get healthy and I get to see more and different combinations, I'll have a better feel. But yeah, I mean, it's the competition is every bit what it was last year in terms of how we're approaching our practices, and I think there's a lot of respect, for the talent we have on the floor. So if you're not playing well, and then chances are you could get exposed in our practices. So that's been really beneficial.
Because Rob and Zylan were here last year, how much of a head start, I guess, does that give them toward blending in immediately? Yeah, I mean, they're older, and they played at a high level at other places. They have a real maturity about them, and again, just familiarity with our system and some of the things we do. But it's we're going to be doing things on offense differently than we did last year. So it's a different composition of the team is different. The strengths of the team are a little different. So it's they've been great leaders. Very vocal. They're going to have a lot to say and a big role on our team this year.
Coach, as a former guard, looking at your team, you look bigger than last year. I mean, Does that excite you to have that finally the size probably you wanted to on the court now?
I mean, we try and get the best players we could get. It's kind of simple, and then we try and make it work. And you know, in a perfect world, you might have a perfect idea of how you want to exactly play, but that's not the reality. And so we've been able to accumulate a lot of players that have that length and athletic ability. We've had, I've referenced some of the injuries we've had to go through. Well, it's probably because there are more confrontations at a higher altitude than past years here, and sometimes that means that there are some tough spills. So, we got to, I just think there's a lot of promise there, to do some great things. I think our ceiling is very high. I would anticipate that we would be playing our best as the year progresses, as some of our younger players, make their adjustments, and we learn and really, gain an identity.
Have you liked the development of Remy Martin now being the guy running the show?
Yeah, I think Remy has had a great offseason, and just like most freshmen will improve, he's going to improve, and he's had Lou Gantz every day to go up against, and Lou is, when it's all said and done, for me, I don't know if I'll coach a better defensive guard than he is, and you'll see that this year. Just his physical tools and his mindset. So those guys have been battling a lot, and they'll play a lot together. So they're going to prepare each other, and Remy's does the right things, great leader, and he's getting better like you'd hope he would.
Is the ceiling for this team higher than it was a year ago, last year's team?
And I said it was I thought we have a pretty good ceiling. I believe that we could accomplish quite a bit, and again, I don't know if it's going to fall exactly the way it fell with our non-conference this year. I'll take it if that's the way it happens. But I do have a strong feeling and a confidence in our talent and our depth. Like, if you asked me who was starting, I couldn't give you that answer, and it's not because I don't have enough guys to figure out who I want to start. It's because I have maybe too many.
Between the size and guys that can play multiple positions, how versatile can this team be?
Yeah, I mean, it's a defensive, versatility. My forwards, a guy like Zylan Cheatham, is as good an athlete as there is in the college game, I would imagine. Just he could guard multiple positions and 42-inch vertical, and when you have guys like that, it gives you a lot of flexibility defensively, and with our rebounding, I think we're going to be way better in those areas.
You like his new hairstyle?
Silent?
You decided to chop it all off?
Yeah, I don't get involved in that, in those calls. It's their own individuality and what they choose. He's going for a cleaner look, I guess, younger look.
It seems like
Is Mickey's deal kind of more of a longer-term issue?
Yeah, I feel terrible for Mickey because he was a warrior last year, and he fought through some stuff late in the year that we didn't talk a whole lot about, and he had a toe that was really bothering him, and then so he lost a lot of time right away at the end of the season last year, and then as he came back, he's just having some back trouble. So he's working hard in rehab and his treatment, and we're just hoping that we gradually get him to a point where he can get back with us. But that's I don't see that happening in the next couple of weeks.
What kind of expectations have you placed on freshmen like Lou and Tayshaun?
Yeah, I mean, Lou, as soon as he got here, his immediate impact on everything that we do, just his got such a presence in the practice, affects practice in a lot of ways. He, attacks the basket, super athletic, strong, and again, I think he's got the potential to be just an incredible defensive player, just with his foot quickness and strength and his wingspan and how badly he, gets after it at that end of the floor. So that's where that's been the most surprising thing for me with Lou, is just how advanced he is defensively, and his mind is very good too on offense. He makes the right passes in situations, and he can play some point guard for us. So it's going to be he's going to provide me with a lot of options, a lot of ways that we could use his abilities.
With some new parts coming in, was there any temptation to soften the non-conference schedule?
I mean, in my mind, just knowing the recruiting class and knowing who we had sitting out, it was, it was always my thought that this would have a chance to be our best team, and we scheduled accordingly for that.
A lot of people don't realize that last year's preseason, Kimani Lawrence might have been the best player on the team, suffered a real serious injury, had a tough time coming back last year. How do you see him figuring into the mix this year?
Kimani's has had a good off season as anybody in the program, and just made a huge jump. And his body's right. His shot looks great. He's making a lot of plays, off the dribble. He's defensively making an impact. I think he's taking more charges than anyone else has so far. Just doing a little bit of everything, and you can see he's got a lot of playing with a lot of confidence. And I'm gaining a lot more confidence in what I'm seeing from him, and he's being consistent about it every day.
The excitement over the program last year, the attendance, and just all the buzz about it, it feels like that's carrying over. Is that your sense of it too?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right time for us. The time is now where we made the strides, and we got some people excited about what we're doing, and especially with how we started last year. And really, this is when we got to put it all together. And I've already in the off season talked about our approach to the Pac-12 when we get there, and to be competitive the way we need to be in conference play. But I think that we have the guys in that locker room that are ready to take another step.
Coach, just from the time you got here until now, do you sense that excitement when you're out and about in the community?
Yeah, I just love talking to people, and no matter where it is, at the supermarket or at my workout gym or on a hiking trail or wherever. Because if I didn't have the guys in that locker room, then I might be pretty quiet. I may not want to talk about it. But when I'm out there in July, seeing what I see every day, it makes me want to talk about it even more.
So you don't mind stopping and talking to people wherever you're at about the team and the season?
I love basketball. I've always loved it, and I got a lot of pride in what we're building here, and the players again that we've been able to bring in, and how they work every day, and how we're competing. So it's given me all the right signals, so I'm pretty enthusiastic about it.
We talk about having a new approach to the Pac-12 season compared to last year. What was the biggest lesson learned, so to speak, from that stretch of the schedule last year?
Yeah, I just think got to get off to a good start, and we didn't get off to a great start. I had an uphill battle and just lost a lot of close games. So we got to flip the script on that and be able to close teams out. I think if you're really good on defense and you can rebound, then you're going to get stops late in the game you need and close teams out. And if you're physically imposing and you have athletes that can run and jump and and guard, then and are mentally tough, then you're going to find a way to close teams out, wear teams down.
Okay, good.
Thank you.